Welcome, everyone. Today we're unpacking a major political shakeup in India that's got everybody talking. You see, what might look like just a simple mass resignation, well, it's actually something way more strategic.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this all down. First up, we'll cover what exactly just happened. Then we'll get into the legal mechanics that made this whole thing possible. After that, we'll look at who the key players were who walked out, the immediate fallout for the AAP Party, and finally, we'll dig into why all eyes are suddenly on the state of Punjab.
Okay, let's just jump right into the bombshell news that has sent some serious shockwaves through India's political world.
We're talking about the Aam Party, or AAP. Now, this is a big deal because they're one of only a handful of parties in India to have national party status. And right now, they're facing a total internal meltdown. I mean, this isn't just some small squabble. This is a crisis that shakes them to their very core. 8. That's the number you really need to remember here. 8 of the party's members of parliament have resigned from AAP and, in the very same breath, switched sides to join the ruling BJP. Just like that. So you might be asking yourself, wait, how is that even possible, right? How can a whole group of elected officials just pack up and move to another party without any consequences? Well, the thing is, this was no accident. It was a very, very calculated move.
And to really get how this happened, we've got to dive into a specific and pretty powerful piece of Indian law.
So India has this thing called the anti-defection law. It was put in place to stop what's sometimes called the Aya Ram, Gaya Ram culture, which kind of means here today, gone tomorrow, talking about politicians who are constantly switching sides. The law is pretty tough. If just 1 or 2 MPs try to defect, they risk being kicked out of parliament altogether. But, and this is a huge but, there's a loophole, a massive one. If a whole chunk of a party's parliamentarians, specifically 2/3 of them, decide to leave together as a group, the law sees it completely differently. It's not an illegal defection anymore. Nope, it's considered a legal merger. And that's exactly the playbook they used here. By moving as one big group, they all get to keep their seats, and the entire move is legally sound. So who are the people at the center of this mass exit? Let's take a look, because the names on this list really tell their own story. Leading the charge is Raghav Chadha. This guy was supposed to be the next big thing in AAP. I mean, he was the master strategist behind their historic blowout victory in the state of Punjab. But lately, things reportedly soured big time. His relationship with the party leadership fell apart, filled with public disagreements and even accusations from his own party that he was getting a little too cozy with the BJP. And yeah, he definitely didn't leave alone. The group includes other big names like Swati Maliwal, who had a very public and messy falling out with the party leadership. You've also got the famous cricketer Harbhajan Singh, and get this, even Ashok Mittal, the very person they chose to replace Chadha as deputy leader, he left too. You really can't make this stuff up. When Chadha held his press conference to announce the move, he did not pull any punches. He basically said the party he helped build has completely lost its way. Then, almost in the same breath, he started praising the decisions being made by Prime Minister Modi and the BJP government.
So, what's the immediate damage from losing 8 top leaders in a single day? Well, the impact is huge, both in terms of perception and the actual numbers.
For the Aam Aadmi Party, this is nothing short of an identity crisis. It seriously weakens their voice on the national stage and raises some tough questions about the party's internal stability and leadership. To an outsider, it might just look like the whole ship is in disarray.
And now let's talk about the cold, hard math. In India's upper house of parliament, the Rajya Sabha, the ruling BJP and their coalition partners were already in a very strong position. This move just cements their power even more, pushing their coalition's numbers higher while absolutely gutting AAP's representation.
But this story isn't just about the balance of power in Delhi. No, the real shockwaves from this political earthquake are going to be felt most strongly in one key state, Punjab. And the connection here is absolutely critical. Raghav Chadha wasn't just any leader in Punjab. He was the guy, the architect of AAP's incredible victory in the last election. Now, with the next state election coming up in late 2026, he's expected to become a key face for the BJP. He's gone from being AAP's greatest asset in the state to its most dangerous rival.
From the BJP's point of view, you have to admit this is a massive strategic victory. They've not only weakened a key opposition party, but they've also snapped up some of its most influential regional talent right before a huge election battle.
And all of this leaves us with one final big thought. If you step back from the wins and losses for any one party, this whole episode brings up a much bigger question. When a strong opposition party starts to crack, not from outside pressure but from problems deep within, what does that really say about the health of the entire democracy?